Hey guys, what's up? I have something to show you. It's for the Raptor 700. I think you might know what it is. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait 1 second, alright? I'm heading up north right now to look at another project bike. Alright, there it is, guys. 07 Raptor 700. You can see it's in spec, 0.68. Now I'm just going to slowly open up the throttle. And it looks pretty smooth. The plug I'm running is a CR8E by NGK. It's the stock plug. It wasn't the spark plug. So at this point I'm going to strip the gas tank off and I'm going to start going over all of the electrics, check all the grounds and all that stuff. And then I'm also going to adjust the valve. Whoever took this battery and tried stuffing it in there did a real chop shop job. Now let's get this battery out of here that's the wrong size and get the correct one in. So you got those new tires on there, the new grab bar, put the new bars on there. Parking brake block off. We adjusted the valves and everything, and this thing refuses to start. I cannot believe this thing will not start. So you can see right there, we're at about 70 pounds even. So this here is the ECU that I'll be going with. This piece breaks off. It is so common. I swear to God, it happens on every Raptor 660. Really solid. Shake the whole damn bike by it. Holy crap, these things are wasted. I don't think I've ever seen brakes in such bad shape. I'm about to show you in 2 seconds. Okay, now I'm going to show you. What is that? Let me show you what this is in this beautiful ass box. Would you look at that? That's right, guys. I got the new ECU for the Raptor. This is a freaking sweet box. It's like magnetized. It came with a sheath over top of this too. I mean, this is like nicer than the case that my Galaxy S8 came in. And I mean, that was a really nice box. See, here we have the software for your computer. This is the wire to hook it up to your computer. This is a little adjuster. I've actually had this out already, so I kind of looked over everything, beat you guys to it. And right here, if you can see, those are the 10 presets that come with this. I have it set to 6. Right on the back, they have what each one is. 6 is for advanced riders on a minor modified machine. And, you know, the other ones are for stock machine, minor modified machine. I'm assuming that's like exhaust and intake. This thing just has a slip-on. So I went with that and I did advanced rider because I figured that's the most aggressive setup that you can do for a minor modified machine. But this thing is also programmable in a lot of other ways. It came with a PDF manual. I'm not going to bring that up or go into depth with it because honestly I'm not going to do anything with this other than the little adjustment that's on here. But you can actually adjust the rev range, you can adjust your timing, you know, there's all kinds of stuff you can adjust. This is fully adjustable. It's actually pretty badass. I just don't want to mess with that because I don't have too much experience with it, and I'll wind up messing it up, putting this thing on, and it won't run, even if it was the ESU that was causing the problem. Or ECU, I'm sorry. ESU. Yeah, so I am extremely excited and actually pretty nervous to plug this bad boy in and see if this is actually what the problem was that is, or is, rather, that is keeping this Raptor from running. So let's try it out. Alright guys, so I'm just going to kind of do like a simple install here. Here's our factory ECU mounted under here. This is that HMF optimizer box, which I'm going to be deleting. So I'm just going to unplug our original ECU, unplug the HMF optimizer. And before I do that, I'm going to disconnect our negative battery terminal because I don't want anything going screwy with this thing. Last thing I want is to burn up the new ECU. And then I'll plug in the new ECU, plug the battery back in, cross our fingers, and hopefully this thing will start. actually really nervous for this. Just want this to be over. Oh my god, there is still a chance. I forgot to put the spark plug boot on. Plus the battery is super low, so I'm going to charge it up for a little bit, put the boot on, and try it again. There is still hope. There is still hope. Please start. Alright, so I have this thing charged up to 91%, and I was born in 91, so I'm going to try it now. I do not know what the hell is wrong with this thing. I find it interesting that when I just peck at the starter button, it'll turn over a few times, like as if I'm holding the starter button, but I'm not holding the starter button. So I'm thinking that maybe something in the starter switch isn't right, but even if that was sticking, because I think it's a simple switch, I don't think that would prevent it from running. I don't know, I'm going to pull the switch apart and see what the hell's inside there. Maybe it's something as stupid as that. I've had it with this thing. I'm dumping the gas, checking that switch, putting a brand new plug in, and I'll try it again. Alright guys, so I put new gas in there, put a new spark plug in, and tried to fire it up, and got nothing. Again, really no difference. I tried different tuning adjustments on the box, and still got nothing. So right now, I have the oil draining, and I'm going to be pulling off this side cover so I can take a look at our stator, see what the hell is going on in there. I've just been avoiding doing that because I really didn't feel like draining the oil, even though that's something I was going to be doing anyway. So that's draining, waiting for that to empty out. So then I just got to drain our tank here, make sure it's all empty, and we'll see what the hell's going on in there. And just before I take off my stator cover, I'm going to switch out my oil filter, which was pretty nasty. So there it is. It looks like somebody's been in here before, and I actually like that because that means there's a possibility somebody did something wrong. and we'll be able to fix it. So I'm going to take a quick look in the manual, make sure I don't do anything stupid here, and then I'll come back to this. Alright, so I just finished up looking over the manual. So right here I'm just removing my stator from the engine cover. Really, I should have unplugged the stator first from the wire harness so I could do this on the bench, but either way it gets it done. Alright, so I took off our stator and our little pickup there just so I could remove this cover, and I need to clean all the old gasket material off anyway. And I'm going to pop this bolt off, pull the flywheel. I just want to see if our key shaft, our key isn't grooved or anything. Make sure that this is all lined up right. And I guess at that point I'll throw this back together because I don't really see anything wrong in here. Well, I popped this nut off and I was getting my puller here all set, and I noticed this thing just comes right off, amazingly. Usually these things are stuck on there. They have special pullers just to get these off. Sorry for the sound, guys. That's my pop. He's snow blowing right now. We just got hit with a pretty big storm. It's still snowing now. I went out and did it earlier. The blew off the driveway, and now he's doing it now. We're trying to get it so it doesn't build up because the last storm, the snow was so heavy it kept jamming up the snow blower, so we're trying to get it every like 5 inches or so. We've been going out there. But anyways, yeah, so this is not grooved. Everything's nice and tight. This key is good, and also the slot in here seems to be fine. So I don't think that our issue lies within our flywheel or anything like that. So I'm going to clean off our mating surfaces here. I'm not going to film that, and then I'll throw everything back together, and you know, we can kind of check that off the list. And I have a couple other ideas now that I'm going to look at. Just before I go putting the flywheel back on, just wanted to take a wire wheel and clean up the points on the flywheel. There was some rust and a little bit of buildup on them, and that can actually cause a weaker spark. So here I'm just cleaning it off. Alright, so I have our engine cover all cleaned up, flywheel's all cleaned up. I also ran around here with a soft wire wheel brush just to clean up the contacts and everything. And I checked the part number too to make sure that wasn't, you know, somebody didn't go in there to switch out the flywheel and they put the wrong one in. And you can see here too, we're all cleaned up, ready for some gasket material, and pop that back on. And like I said, I got a couple other things I want to try. Alright guys, so I got this thing all back together and I went to put oil in it, And I noticed that it topped off a little bit sooner than when I would have thought. I know I look like hell, by the way. I really don't care. So I overflowed the oil, which I wasn't expecting. And so I siphoned out the amount of oil so that there was the appropriate amount in there. But I thought it was weird that it didn't really take that much. And when I went to turn the engine over, it was like chugging really hard. Like it really feels like it's like the battery's dead, but it's not. I checked the battery. The battery's fine. I'm not going to chug it for you because I don't want to do any harm to the engine. So I went to drain the oil, thinking maybe because it was overflowing with oil, it was, you know, locked up and there was too much oil in there still. So I pulled the drain plug and barely anything came out. Now I put over a quart of oil in this thing, and so the oil's in the motor somewhere. I'm guessing that one of the oil passages or hoses or something is clogged up. But I did notice when I initially drained the oil in this quad, barely anything came out. So I'm thinking that the oil that was in the quad originally barely drained in the first place, or there wasn't much oil in it at all to begin with, and it's just sitting in the tank, the external tank, and not actually in the motor. So I'm gonna have to, I guess, pull off all the oil lines and stuff and see if oil's getting in there. I'm guessing, like I said, one of the passages is blocked, or there's a maybe like a vent tube is blocked and there's no air getting in the crankcase. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but I can't be cranking it like this, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out where the blockage is and stuff. But for now, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. And if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, comment, like, and subscribe if you did like the video. And I will have another video for you coming soon, hopefully. I know, like I said before, I'm going pretty slow with the uploads here, but I will get this resolved. Hopefully, you know, this will be it, because those points on the flywheel were pretty dirty. I'm thinking that maybe, you know, sharpening up that spark will get this thing going. Plus, obviously, oil isn't getting to where it needs to be. Something's not right with this motor. I hope I don't have to do like an entire tear down to the engine, but if I have to do that, I will. So that's going to be it, guys. Until then, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just want.
Alright guys, so I got this thing all back together, and I know I look like hell, but I don't really care. It's actually been... Dad, how big it is?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Trying to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough.